Hey, it's Korinn, 365 Days of Open Heart Living. Today is day 69, Spiritual Storms. So I kind of don't know what I want to say, but I was inspired by the storm that's brewing outside. And today is the first day of talking about our dimension of being spiritual, a spiritual being. So when I say we are a spiritual being, I mean you have a light. You have an inner force, an essence that illuminates you, that enlivens you, and that animates you, that moves through you in the world. And when you are connected to your that sense that you are something greater, that you are something greater than just the person, that there's something more within this life that you are working towards than just this life. When you connect yourself in that thread of life, taking on a spiritual quality, and knowing that there are connections that are destined to be made, and there are events that nobody can stop from happening, and there are impacts on human beings that can take away from their light or that can add to it. I think that's where I want to go in talking about spiritual storms, that you have your light within you of your spirit that is more than just your body, more than just your mind, more than just your emotional self. It is something much older than what you are now here today. Look at that wind whip. Oh my God, I'm just noticing it. Picking up speed. So your spirit has been something that has been created a long time ago, and you are here living now. There are things that you have brought into this life with your spirit that you don't even know about. You don't have any recollection of, because when we put on our physical body and we are birthed through our mothers and enter into the world, there is a forgetting. There is a forgetfulness that we are shrouded in that separates us from knowing that spiritual essence of where we came from and where we're going to again on the other end, and of just being here. And potentially the reason for that shrouding is because we have to navigate ourselves for spiritual development and spiritual growth. We have to conduct and be in charge of making our lights brighter in the things that we do, or we fall prey to letting our lights be dimmed by the things in life. And everybody has pains, everybody has traumas and dramas that they've gone through. We are no different than each other. And in the same capacity, we are no different in that we can stoke that inner light. Whatever storm, whatever spiritual storm you have gone through that has gotten windy and swept you away and has gotten dark and cloudy and struck you with lightning and blasted you with the sound of thunder and just blinded you to seeing in the fog and the darkness of how far in front of you there was a light. No matter what the storm was that you've gone through, there is a light for you. There is a light in two places. At a point out in front of you, that is your path that you are moving to. And equally, there is a light within you. And these two lights are connected. The light within you is being called home to the light out in front of you that needs to move through your human growth, your human development, which is also your spiritual growth and development. Because in being human, we are not separate from also being our spirit self. We are the whole shebang, we're the whole being. It's all a part of the mapping of the trajectory of where you're going and where you came from. Spiritual storms. So spiritual storms, they can be self-created. They can. And maybe sometimes those are the hardest ones to weather through, because you have to take ownership. You have to take ownership for when you are creating your spiritual storm that is dimming your light. But, my dear, in taking ownership of that, what happens is you start to be connected to that light. You start to open up to the light within you, to seeing, to awareness, to consciousness, to the peace in your heart that is good and has the ability to grow in greater goodness. So that that essence that is you can glow brighter in a healthier way for yourself and for all of the people who you interact with. So when spiritual storms are created or perpetuated by us, awareness is key. We have to know when we are creating our own dramas, traumas, and challenges, or when the dramas, traumas, and challenges that we are in are being perpetuated by ourselves. When we're allowing that storm that we're swept up in to completely cover our eyes so that we can't see or feel that light within us or in front of us. I feel like I could talk about spiritual storms being something outside of us. And there is truth to that 100%. There are things that can be going on outside of us that we get swept up in. But when it comes down to the root of what we can do in any spiritual storm, it comes down to you, to your light, to your dedication to yourself, to embark on the spiritual journey that is going to advance you, that is going to help you develop and give you the, I want to say, postmark of a lesson learned. It's like getting stamped. When we move on from a spiritual storm, it's like it's stamped, sometimes completed. Like, I got it. And then we move on to other challenges and dramas and traumas and growth. It's never ending, right? Such is life. But it's all purposeful. It's all a part of the journey. And to not get swept up in the spiritual storm is very challenging. But when you have a center to come back to, and you have a sense of the light within yourself and how to stoke it, to get it to be a little bit stronger, a little bit brighter, to know you are capable of creating that for yourself, and to know that the realness of who you are spiritually as your spirit self, your higher self, as sometimes it has been termed, you may have heard that, is calling you home back to the full essence of who you really are. And to get there, you must go through the spiritual storm that you're in to grow and to develop, so that when you get to that space, you will have created yourself into being everything you were meant to be. It's a creation journey. I invite you to close your eyes. Take a nice, deep, relaxing breath. And as you let it out with a little bit of noise. So that that piece of you within you that you can feel vibrates in that sensation of feeling your voice as your breath moves out of you. Every time you breathe in and breathe out with audible exertion, that flame of inner light is stoked inside of you because you can feel it. You can feel your aliveness a little bit stronger than when you just simply breathe out without anything audible. So go through a few rounds of this and feel the energy of your aliveness. Your throat is a creation point. It opens you up to expressing yourself in the world, expressing your light. So additionally, as you do this practice, breathing out audibly and exerting your voice, exerting the vocal cords to move and to make noise from your physical body, you are expressing and enlivening the light that is your spirit. I want you to go through a few more rounds. I'm not going to make a sound, and I invite you to make whatever sound you feel to come out of your body. It can be a scream, it can be a giggle, it can be a strange noise, it can be words. Follow yourself here and opening to your light of your expression of your spirit. And just keep going. This is our practice today. Breathing in, feeling the breath. Breathing out, exhaling out through your mouth with audible expression, whatever it is you are guided through your connection with your inner light, your spirit to express through you. Follow that and allow its expression. Keep going until you feel like you are done. Come, I'll come out when I'm done. I'll come out when I'm done. I'll come out when don't let him in. Huh? Where? Where's it? Ah. Okay. Yes, I'm doing a video. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. Okay, so my daughter just came and got me and said, "There's a rainbow." Look at that. It's double. Can you see it? Look at the rainbow. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take you. Oh, jeez. Thanks, man. Oh my god, there's a rainbow. Love it. I love a good rainbow. All right, now I gotta get set back up. Okay. Sorry. That was the interrupted piece of the meditation. They got interrupted because the storm cleared. And after the storm cleared, there was a rainbow. There was a rainbow. That happened for a reason. That happened for a reason to show you that whatever storm that you're in, you will come through it. And there is so much beauty and magic on the other side of coming through your spiritual storm. All the colors of the rainbow appeared for you today in support and in love, and sending you love from heaven, and knowing that in any spiritual storm you could ever be in, you are not alone. There is love from heaven. There is love here on earth that can be felt. And there is love waiting for you within yourself. You just have to build the bridge from you to it within you, like the arc of the rainbow, colored like the energy centers of your body: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet are the base, sacral, navel, heart, throat, brow, and crown. I paused that throat because that brought me back to what I wrote down during the meditation that we were doing. The throat is the color blue, but what I wrote down was expression. So we were expressing ourselves in the meditation today, allowing the voice, your vocal power to move through you, inspired by your whatever you felt to come through you, tapping into just following your spirit, following that light inside of you, letting that aliveness be felt in the vibration, feeling the vibration in your voice. And what I wrote down is expression is important for getting through the storm. And that is also a huge truth, that when you do not express yourself, when you close yourself down in any storm you could possibly be experiencing, you stay in the darkness. It consumes you. You are not going to move forward. You're not going to move through the storm if you don't allow yourself to be expressed. There's many colors of expression, like the colors in the rainbow. You can express yourself through anger, through sadness, through excitement, through confusion, through feeling in awe. You can express yourself in feeling in just pure openness and allowing feeling to kind of meander through you and pivot. I am feeling multiple ways and feeling angry and sad and grateful and confused all at the same time. Emotions are complex. The voice that you have has complexities too. You can use it loud, use it quiet. You can scream, you can laugh. There is such diversity in color that comes through in expression. And so the image that I'm getting now is that in the spiritual storm, when you're in a spiritual storm and you open yourself to expressing yourself, the colors that need to come out and be expressed through you arc from out of you like a rainbow. And they actually arc forward and connect into that light that is you out in front of you. And there is a divine stream of expression that is always connected from who you are meant to be, your best self, your higher self, and who you are now. And when you use your expressive ability as your spiritual self, you create openness. You create openness for connection. You create openness to fan aside the clouded shroudedness of the storm. And you connect into the voice that is fed by the inner light, that is you now and is you in the future, all at the same time. Wow, that was a lot more profound than what I was expecting. Okay, thank you. I'm a little in awe. I'm gonna have to think on this one, I think. Yeah, spiritual storms, we all got them. We all can get through. And you are the light to guide yourself through. So open your voice up. You don't have to, that doesn't mean to get into an argument. It doesn't mean that you have to say what's on your mind to the person that it could potentially hurt or harm. but it means find a way to express yourself, find a way to express your voice. It could be just like picking some songs and singing and like letting your voice be heard and carried through the air. It could be writing. Writing is an expression from the throat center as well. You could write your feelings down where nobody's going to read them but you. And then you can shred them up and light them on fire and let them go into to spirit too. Or if you have someone special in your life that you can confide in, you know, verbal processing is a real thing where you talk about what you're feeling and going through. And in that talking and verbally processing, releasing, insight can move through, that light can light up within you of knowing, huh, I didn't realize that's how I really felt, or didn't see that that was a possibility to shift direction in this spiritual storm that I'm going through right now. Insight can come when we have sight inside of ourselves to the light that is always there, glowing. And when we let it glow brighter in our self expression and our colorfulness, it gets stronger and we become the rainbow after the storm. God bless you. Live your heart.